What is going on, everyone? MikeO here with Big Scott 35. The National is almost here. We are literally days away from the show. The National is a big deal. It's a huge deal. There's a reason that people talk about it for 12 months a year. People talk about it while they're at the show. People reminisce about it after the show. People start looking forward to it like a week after the show. And then we talk about it all year. We have people like Big Scott here who does his road to the National. What do you do it for, like 8 weeks before the show?
10. I try to do
10.
10. Yeah.
10 weeks. And they just spiral by so quickly. So, the National obviously has been going on for a very long time. It's taken place in many cities. But as of late, typically Chicago every other year, though we're ready for a trifecta starting next year, which some people like, some people not so much. I'm not personally a fan of it because I look forward to the National, not the Chicago show. But that's me. Obviously, Chicago is a great destination and people are familiar with it because the reality is more and more people in recent years have been going to the National. More and more people have been producing content here on YouTube, Instagram, all these places about the National. And obviously, a lot of names, celebrities, all that type of stuff have been focusing on the National. It's just become a huge, huge thing. It's been big for a long time, but it has gone to a whole new level. We did AC a couple years ago, and it's been Chicago otherwise. But Cleveland had one not that long ago, just 5 years ago. So wanted to spend a little bit of time kind of reminiscing about that show. Um, Scott, obviously you got there. That was kind of back before I knew who Scott
Yeah.
was, even though you were supposedly watching some of the videos, you were watching some of the clips, stuff like that.
hmm
A live stream that was pretty epic back in the day. So
I was literally upstairs from the live stream. That
that
epic live stream.
that that was pretty amazing how many people were watching that live
hmm
stream from different areas that were there. It was definitely just pretty neat, pretty cool. And that's one of the reasons I want to do it because you hear a lot of stuff. Um, at least I do. I don't know how much you hear about it, but the National people have obviously, like I said, been bringing it to a whole new level the last few years. But and especially when it comes to content stuff, right? People go to the National. There are some people who absolutely go to the National with their main goal to produce videos to just get awareness, get people watch your videos, no matter what, no matter who you are. If you post videos from the National, your view count's going to rise. I mean, it's definitely nice if you're spending the time making videos to have people watch them for sure, but that's not necessarily everyone's main focus. But I've heard in recent years, like, yeah, no one like ever did Nationals videos before the last couple years. No one really did card videos. I mean, that's simply not true. Card videos have been being put out on YouTube since the inception of YouTube, so they've been on for over a decade. And you can go back and see videos from the National for over a decade. Now there aren't so many back in the day, and I'm sure over time some have been deleted and such. But a lot of videos have been being produced since I've been in the community going to nationals. I want to say 2016, I think was the first year I went to the national as a member of the YouTube community and stuff. So I've definitely been putting up videos and I know others were as well. So, I mean, just real briefly, I mean, is that kind of the way you see things as well? Maybe you weren't watching them way back in 2016, but they've
I, well,
certainly
yeah,
been put out.
I watched them. I was not on the YouTubes then. Uh, I was aware of the National. It just always ended up being on the same week as a family vacation, and family vacation won. But we stopped going, and for reasons, and it opened up that week. And my first year was the year before the last Cleveland show. That was my first year. So um, Cleveland show was my second. And the Cleveland show, just reminiscing about it, is I had knee surgery and I wasn't going. I literally bought my airplane ticket like 2 days before the show and got a hotel room, and ended up going to the show last minute, uh, limping around. So I had my knee brace taken. I was like the second day I had my knee brace taken. I had one of those full length knee braces, so I couldn't go. And then they took it off and said it was fine to walk on for short periods of time. And
So nothing better to do than to go to a giant card
but
show.
but to answer your question, yeah, there's been videos. Of course, there's not as many as there are now. Of course, if you're in this community, you feel like we're inundated with all of the national talk. But I don't think it's a bad thing. I love listening to all the perspectives. There's always new people going. That's always a fun thing. Uh, and let me tell you, if you've never been to Cleveland, and this is going to be somewhat new to us too, Mike, because it's the way the layout is. It's going to be like going to Chicago last year for like a whole different show because how it was laid out.
Yeah, it's definitely going to feel different, and it's going to be exciting and interesting. But Cleveland's, I think it's a cool destination for the National for sure. Chicago, the best thing about Chicago used to be how close you could easily just book that hotel room and run across, and now it's gotten a little more difficult. I mean, you probably already have to book for next year. I don't even know if not that you can still get a hotel that's not that far that could be walk worthy, and there are Airbnbs and stuff that are 5-minute rides away, and there's a lot of food around there. But I mean, Cleveland is cheap hotel wise, Airbnb wise. Like you can really do something very affordable, and there's actually stuff to do in Cleveland for sure as well that is closer than Chicago. Chicago's a little, I mean, obviously you can go to Wrigley Field, you can do all that type of stuff, but it's going to take you a little while longer. I mean, you can go to a Guardians game, you can go to Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you can tour the Brown Stadium, a bunch of other stuff you can do, and they're all going to be 15-20 minutes away at most. Like it's really not going to be difficult. Huge spacious parking lot, you don't have to deal with the parking garages, and a really spacious center, and there are plenty of places to eat, and it is a little more spread out, so I don't think you're going to have that 3-hour wait at a Giordano's or something like that, which is definitely beneficial because you don't want to spend too much time just goofing around. But we'll see how the show itself is. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. It always is. It'll be really interesting because like we're gonna watch a few clips coming up, and like I want to say like when was the AC 2016? 2016, there were like 10 of us that hung out. And I know there were a few more maybe at night because I didn't 2016, I had like a ton going on. So I just kind of did one day trip there. 2017 in Chicago, I think there was like 30, maybe 40 of us. Cleveland, there's probably like 30, 40 or so. And then that's when it just blew up after that. When you start getting, you know, 50, 100 people. Last year was probably 200 people. This year, we'll see. I would expect it to be around that number because there's definitely more people coming for the first time, more people coming not just for the first time, but the first time as a member of the community. And there certainly are some people who can't make it because obviously finances, all that stuff is something, even just family things, like you said, things come up. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of turnout it is. But Cleveland was a great time. It was a lot of fun. It was a different time. It feels like a lifetime ago, 2018, back before the COVID boom, back before all that. Like I said, the community's changed a lot too. I remember Sunday in Cleveland in 2018, there being so many crazy deals. Like you could buy out boxes. I mean, they were giving away wax and all that. Like
Saturday afternoon is when it really started. When I started walking around and seeing like blasters just being hacked at the half, you can pick up blasters half price on Saturday. I was like,
and
whoa.
I certainly don't expect it to be at that level this time because it's a different time. But I think there's going to be a lot of good deals, both on singles, wax, all that types of stuff. Now, obviously, the best of the best just continues to rise, or it's very expensive. If you're looking for, you know, the goats, for lack of a better term, for pre-war vintage, specifically high grade, it's going to cost you a lot. And the same thing with the modern stuff. If you're looking for a top notch Otani, you're not going to get a spectacular deal. It's going to be pricey. But some of the other guys, I think you have opportunities to get some good deals for sure. Definitely want to thank those who are watching live. Vintage Oddball Cards. Awesome guy. Can't wait to see him again. Hand him some of my money, hopefully. Reese ND Card Ranger. Wish you could make it. That would be awesome. Hopefully one of these days, Reese.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably going to end up going to a Philly show just to meet Reese in person.
Reese is the man. What's up, Brian? All right, so let's watch some clips. I have audio issues, but Scott, you can let me know that it's playing so people could see it. But we're going to play some clips. And this is one of the reasons why I encourage everyone, even if you don't make like a ton of videos, you only make some, like I'm not saying you have to do big productions, but take some clips, toss them into your recaps. I think you should do recaps even just for yourself. So you can go back and watch it and kind of listen like, oh yeah, I remember I was hanging out with that person or I picked up that item, just to attach it. And then when you can add some clips in, it's awesome. I mean, back here in 2018, I brought like bigger, bulkier cameras and stuff. And the last couple of years, I haven't brought any of that. It's just, first of all, your cell phone is so incredibly capable now. It's kind of unnecessary unless you're trying to do some feature film or something. And it does just get to be a hassle when you have too much stuff. You got your stuff you're buying, stuff you're, have with you, necessities, and you have all that. I certainly would bring some stuff, but you don't have to go crazy with it. And I think a lot of this like, I probably did some recaps mobily there, but then this convention recap, like I edited that on my computer back then. So let's watch some clips. Let's see my giant face here come up. This is 2018, 5 years ago.
What's going on, everyone? MikeO back with my 2018
I like
National Sports Collectors Convention recap. What an absolute blast.
Audio's going.
Yeah, you got it. It's good. I like it's old card Mike there. Mike that ate carbs.
What is that, $22 ticket?
Yeah.
It's kind of pricey back then. What's it, 30, 35 now?
I think
so. This is the old floor plan. Obviously, it'll be a little bit different. The auction houses, I don't even know if the auction houses, they probably won't even have such a large space because I'm sure 5 years ago it was cheaper and more available space.
Well, 5 years ago, comparably speaking to Chicago, this was much spacier. It was a lot more room. And I don't know what it's going to be like.
I forget who that was. If that was Baseball Card Exchange, I remember they had a giant setup. The Ferris wheel, you can faintly see in the background of a few of these. That is gone. $707, they have a great selection. They are not cheap, though, at all. But look at how much space there was to walk. I don't remember what time I recorded this. It was probably very early or even later in the show. But the reality is the old Nationals were never, there's Benito Santiago. Were never as bad as it's been the last couple years. There we go. It's just amazing seeing some of the old faces. A lot of these guys have faded off. Some of these guys are, still out there making videos. It's awesome. It's just so much fun hanging out with all these guys. That was back in the day when I had, probably way more subscribers than them, and then they took off.
Jericho941 IMI on YouTube.
Woo! Up North Collectors.
What up, guys? Winslow 888 here. Hey, everybody. It's Hitman23.
Can't wait to see Hitman coming up.
Christian Dallas Cards here. Hey, everybody. Bald Rhino. I'm Dave's Midlife Car Crisis.
There we go, Dave. We got a few housemates in this.
Fabian was earlier.
A pack of Topps Big League 2018.
Hey, guys. What's up? Mike here, Baseball Collector.
That was the first time I met Baseball Collector. There was some of the awesome hangouts, getting together with small groups. That's kind of where like the hangouts really started. We got some of it on live videos and such.
Yeah, I'm hoping they have these sitting areas still there.
Behind the scenes, Dave making a video back in the day when he was making them. Look at that, ripping 2018 Topps Chrome. Probably paid like $180. Yeah, for a jumbo box that's now like $2,000. Oh, that was the year I brought an entire overfilled. I brought like 75 blasters with me. Old school YouTube lives. Dude, that was a great night of hanging out. I don't even know what time. That was a very late night. There were all kinds of crazy shenanigans afterwards. What up, Kevin L?
So here's a recap of some of the cards that I picked up.
So I think at this point I
not
just
everything, just a few of the highlights.
Some of the pickups
Nothing
and stuff,
super
so we don't
high
have to
end,
watch
but
all
still
of it.
stuff
But
that's really
any
cool
thoughts
for the
of
collection.
watching
First
those
up,
clips,
we have
seeing
a Benito Santiago
Cleveland? How
autograph.
different do you
Actually
think it's
got
going to
him
look?
at the show.
I just well, they're not going to have the Ferris wheel.
Autograph tickets. Next
From
up,
my understanding, they're going to from what I'm hearing, they're going to let the large vendors are already there setting up this week.
And again, you know what? There weren't a whole lot of things I was specifically looking for. There were
because
things
it sounds like they
wanted,
booked it for 2
things that I
weeks,
had in
so they
mind,
could set up
you know,
this week, and the dealers will be there next week.
That is
So
an awesome card. Definitely did
that's
well.
supposed to fix the air conditioning problem. And I was like, what's going to fix the air conditioning problem is this year it's at Cleveland. It's not.
Oh, this is a classic clip. I forgot about this. I didn't even remember having this inserted in here.
And it'll be a kind of a tradition here to get
Fabian ain't changed.
Like I do every national sports collectors convention. So we might as well do it with.
I don't remember if we did this during the daytime. It must have been.
Wish me luck, fellas.
If we did it the one night after the hangout, there'd be way more slurring of words.
Yeah.
Disco cutter.
Probably some air drums.
All right. Do you want me to just show it, or do you want me to
whatever you want to do? Slow roll it, man.
Oh, it's even worse. It's even worse than fucking Charlie Hayes, and it's not. No. It was a former Yankee. I'll give you a little hint.
So if you ever hear a Tony Womack joke on the channel, that's why.
He played for the Diamondbacks as well back in like 05.
It's Tony Womack, isn't it?
Tony Womack, baby. Yes, and that's numbered.
Yeah, because
9 of 35. Does it get any better?
I wish you could have got more of the ages because I just think it's going to be wall to wall this year. Dealers.
Brutal.
Yeah, it was so spacious in 2018. Just plenty of room between the aisles.
Yeah. So where y'all walked in, that was the VIP side. Then the other side of the building was general admission. It looks like everybody's entering the same door this year.
I'm just going to take a few minutes to talk about my experience and how much fun it was. Just an incredible time in Cleveland.
I mean, because there was a huge area where you could at any given time go sit down and eat by yourself, go rip packs in a bigger. I think a few times we were with like 15 people. So
there was large groups just ripping. I remember somebody buying like a case of wrestling cards, and I was there by myself. I didn't know anybody then. This was right before I started YouTubing. I think seeing y'all's video kind of got me going, but I sat there with them while they ripped. You know, that's the type of thing that happens at these shows. I've talked to so many people just because we're all collectors. We all have something already there to talk about, and then you get a little bit more in depth.
Yeah, and I mean, I expect a lot of the same. Obviously, you're going to have value boxes, plenty of value boxes. You're going to have tons of showcases with big stuff and some cheap stuff, for sure. But the necessity for more dealers is definitely just gone above and beyond since then. So there's no doubt they're going to obviously cram more. Like these aisles aren't going to be as they're going to have to tighten them up a little bit, even though the crowds I would suspect will be bigger. They might not be bigger than Chicago, but they'll be fairly comparable, I would think. There's still a ton of people.
I think all the VIPs are sold out now, right? Is that what they
Yeah,
said this past week?
they sold out of VIPs. I think even general admissions. Like, I mean, I
I
guess it'll
think
be available, but like,
I think the early admissions are gone too. I
yeah,
can't
that's
not
what
100.
I mean.
Yeah, that's what I got in Chicago was the 5 day early.
I mean, I would suspect you'll get people from Columbus and Cincinnati and Pittsburgh and obviously Cleveland and all those areas doing day trips for sure. And
North to Kentucky. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean it's just Indiana, Michigan,
and then you're gonna have people who will travel for it, of course. So
like us.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we're a small fraction. The YouTube people. Then you
Yeah.
have the Instagram people, you have the Twitter people, you have the people who don't use any of that nonsense. So
Well, I also I like to drive just in case if I find a bigger piece. I like my wall art if you can't tell behind me. So that way if I do find something. I know last year I saw a Clemente picture that I almost left there with it and didn't. But if it's there, I might be mine this year. Who knows? So
yeah, if you can drive, it's definitely great. We drove to Chicago last year, which was awesome. I don't think Chicago is a destination I want to drive to every year. I'm up
right,
to do it once in a while because there is that added benefit. You get there when you want, you leave when you want, and you have the flexibility to, either get large items, large wall art, like you said, or even if you wanted to load up on top loaders, softly like full case packs or cases
right,
of cards, like just having that flexibility. It's a little bit more difficult if you're trying to take that stuff on an airplane.
right.
And then
And you don't have
if you have
somebody
to,
rifling through your bag too.
yeah, and if you have to ship it, like you're gonna end up spending so much. What's the point of going to the show almost? So.
Right.
Definitely a benefit. That's one of the things I loved about AC. It's the closest show to me specifically, but obviously AC's got some issues too, which have been very well documented. Man, they used to have the deals of the day and stuff. There were so many opportunities.
Now you're live.
I got one hanging up behind me right there. That hockey one that sits back there. That was a deal of the day.
I haven't even said a word during this entire
The
thing.
Paolo
I
Bure.
called up browsing.
Yeah, there were so many crazy deals. I think that was the first time I met Baseball Collector over at the deal of the day. We were hanging out. But this is mostly, I think I was just walking around doing clips. I had pretty good internet there with T-Mobile. I feel like every show I hear people complain. I had no problems in AC either. I pretty much never have issues in Chicago either. I guarantee there were some amazing deals on all this pre-war stuff, though.
Well, this was when it was still normal. It wasn't out of whack yet. And I did pretty well at this show for going last minute. I felt like it was a good show. I got quite a few autographs. Like I got Greg Jeffries' autograph there. I believe
Me too.
Did you? Yeah.
I got Jeffries and Benito Santiago, and I forget if there's someone else. But like even them, I remember the lines weren't too bad, but like the way the setup was, I was able to kind of monitor it, and I think they were slotted for like an hour and a half, whatever. And I kind of watched in the last 20 minutes. I was like, I went up there and just got it done.
I did too. That was a year though, if you remember when Hulk Hogan was there, and it was a madhouse over there when he was over there. That was the craziest I saw it the whole week. I know also Albert Pujols. A couple of players who were playing night games came and they did autographs during the day. If you remember, it was Pujols. I guess the Angels were in town to play the Indians at the time. I think that was the first time I saw it. I think it was like $4.99 to get his autograph. I was like, holy smokes. That's when the reality of what yet to come was starting to rear its head.
Is this the live stream 2 hours, 24 minutes?
Probably.
I thought it might even been longer than that. This is like the initial YouTube get together. I mean, Baseball Collectors taking it over, and he's done a great job promoting it and doing all that.
Well, this was very impromptu, right? Y'all just kind of word of mouth.
We knew. God, I wish I could find some of this stuff. We probably have these things. We were like signing random nonsense base cards.
That's when this was the year that Dave
with the Miller Lite.
Yeah, but his quote was, what was it? Ripping packs and drinking beer, ripping packs.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Should probably just go back to the beginning. Obviously, we're not going to do a reaction to the whole 2-hour thing, but a lot of these guys still going to. You got B. Roth, Brian's there, Mike, Eastern Connecticut Sports Cards. He's always awesome to hang out with. Ed is in this video. He doesn't do it anymore. Wish he did. Oh, shit, man. I wish I kept that blaster. It's like $300. Probably got crap in it. Christian LS Cards. He was in the TTM stuff for a long time. I think he's a sports reporter in Western PA now, or Central PA.
Jeff Nickel. Hey,
there was all kinds of stuff going on here. Obviously, Dave, like I said, you were here. You just didn't join us. You were laying in bed watching it on your phone.
Yeah, I was. At night, my knee was swollen. I took medication and lay there. Did y'all hear the party going on, though? That was like from, I can't remember if it was Golden or REA. One of the houses that do, they had like a full-on party going on downstairs.
The lady bringing the beer.
I remember like someone was there. I don't know if they worked for Top. Someone was opening a ton of stuff. I think they just gave all the cards away too. They didn't even care about it. But yeah, this was an awesome night. Like,
that's a classic T-shirt you're wearing too, Trenton.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Still got it 5 years later. Broke it out.
Nice.
I haven't worn this shirt for a long time. I might bring it back to the Nationals, a throwback. Yeah, we were just passing around blasters, ripping it. There you go, Noah Syndergaard, back when he was a Met.
Let's get a shout out there for Dave Midlife. There we go. Shout out to you, man.
Now, next year you can reminisce about reminiscing the 2018 National. Yeah. The 400 times into Chicago. Now, how many was that the first year it was in Cleveland? Was 2018?
I don't think so.
How you doing, brother?
I think it was the first time in a while, probably though. Let's see.
2017. I mean, what year was it? Yeah, 2018. I ate there. I ate in that. I ate in there a couple of times.
Ooh.
They had a good breakfast. Who's that laughing?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't hear it, can you?
No.
Mike is you are feeling nice right now. I can tell you might be a little lubricated.
Busting packs, drinking beer. What's up?
Cracking packs and drinking beer. What's up? You just said it.
Yeah, and he hasn't stopped saying it since, and it's classic awesome line.
That's his.
It's a bad combination.
That's Dave's.
Actually, it's a good combination.
This video goes on for a while, and it's probably worth just putting it on while you're sorting cards and stuff, because there's definitely points in time where the phone's just left and people just take it over and open stuff or say nonsense.
Right.
What's up, my man?
Rated Rookie still around. Joey Burkcat. Michael Shane hanging out.
We're almost out of packs.
Look at that. Look at that guy wearing the SGC hat back before it was cool to do that.
Yep. I didn't even know SGC graded then. Were they a business then? Oh, we got. Hey,
We
he's
got
in.
something we
He's
got
in the
going on.
house.
Anybody else? Oh, Nolan's down there, I think. Oh, he's back now.
Fabian
Oh,
is in the chat.
What's up, Mike?
You better come on mine tomorrow night.
Yeah, don't open any 2024 Topps Chrome unless you
Yeah,
want to
it's
take a
bad.
beating.
I watched
Caesar,
today.
I mean, we'll see. Like, let's say at the
Ellis
National
is
next week,
everywhere.
if you can get like a national pack for a
Hey,
blaster,
Fabian, what did you get out of Chrome?
because blaster's going to cost about $40, like I would maybe
That's
open
straight
one.
edge.
But like, I'm not going at it. Like,
There's two reasons why I'm not. And you were good last year. You stood in line. But two reasons I'm not. I don't care about the national packs. One is you got to buy boxes that are way overpriced. And unless Topps walks around and does something about the pricing, and I'm not waiting in that line.
There's also just not that many products out this year. Like, what do you have to choose from? Series 1, 2, Heritage, Chrome.
Yeah, so that
ain't
means
much more than that.
they're gonna pump the Series 1 back up to regular price. Because right now you can probably go to Walmart and get retail marked down, I think. $14.99. I think I saw it last week for a blaster. So that's I just don't see
Yeah,
the
Ed
value
pumping
of it.
some Mikel Bronco.
Raven Philly is nowhere to be found.
And this was y'all said this was its face reveal too video, right?
No, he was in Atlantic City 2016.
Oh, that's right.
One of my videos was his first one.
That's oh shit. Den 10. I think
But,
Den 10.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I definitely want to get some of those national packs. I've done pretty good with them, but
Yeah, I like them.
it just
but
depends. Like, I don't want to waste too much time in line. It just kind of depends.
Those years you could just walk up there at any time. I think it was 2017.
Dave, what do
They
you
were having that problem where they were running out of packs. And then in 2000, at this Cleveland show, you could walk up anytime. And Suze was working at Top Stand, and she gave me my packs and going about your business.
Last year, Panini wasn't too bad. They have some, but their packs are just, you only get one or two cards. I do remember getting a few decent, like, not too bad of deals on certain products where you got at least a pack. Like, I forget. I know I got some packs. I don't even know if I opened any. I think I might have sold those packs because I'm not. The Panini ones don't do it for me. They have like every sport in it, and they're very, very plain cards. At least the Topps ones are Mojo, Bowman Chrome refractors, like, and you get a handful of cards. So
I know. I did the upper deck. I like the upper deck. I might mess around and get me a box of ice again. I don't know what they're going to have on the upper deck. Maybe they'll have hockey or golf. I'll get a box in the chat.
Does Upper Deck still do any non-sport stuff, or are they losing their licenses? Didn't they do like Marvel at one point or something?
Well, they have Marvel now. They have
Where?
They got the Good Ones Champions.
Oh my goodness!
I don't know how it contains this.
Those Chrome,
Who's got all that?
those blasters are.
I'm trying to think what else. I just like to know who does DC. I'm really upset there's no DC product out there. You see Marvel's out all over the place.
Me? I don't know what he's put in. Yeah, I don't know.
You would think there would be someone doing it. I mean, they make cards of everything now. Oh my gosh, that's like $100 blaster now easily.
You just how much of this got left on the tables?
Even those are like 50. Those might be $50. I don't know, because 2018 is a really, really good year.
Yeah, it's
Ohtani, who's like literally top of the line, like, you know, potentially all-time great, regardless of whether he's a Hall of Famer or not. However, what happens, he's going to be one. He'll be one of those impactful players. You know, bottom line, like Bo Jackson, guy who's always collectible. Right. And then you have Devers, he's got a shot at the Hall of Fame. Acuna, obviously really good, been injured. Juan Soto's in 2018 products. there's so many guys, and then there's even lower level guys like
Well, that
Reese
Heritage,
Hoskins, Walker Bueller,
Yeah,
like
you
all
lied.
those types of guys who are good
Yeah,
players.
I guess
Heritage
it's
was his
archived.
first
There's
rookie
15
card
people
for
watching.
Soto, right?
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
Soto's first pack pulled was Archives. Heritage,
Ar-
I think, was Otani's first.
I thought it was Heritage, but okay, I'm wrong.
Because Soto's an Heritage high number.
Right. That's what I mean. Well, whatever it was, because it came out before the update for Soto, right? Heritage high number.
Yeah, I think
You are
so.
gonna archive.
Yeah, there were definitely a lot of
Carlos-
common cards.
Carlos, who
stacked
has
all
the
over.
inside on Upper Deck, says they're supposed to do DC cards
What is
at
that?
some time. What's
You
up,
guys,
Gary?
something or other. What is that? Who is that?
What's up,
Is that
Scott?
Victor?
No, that's
What's up,
Ray.
James?
Oh, it's Ray.
What's up, Gary?
No, that's I collect Ichiro.
James.
Do you think I'm freaking blind? Holy
They asked on there if I'm drunk. Just
They did. A lot of people did. No, not you. Everyone.
There's a lot of flashbacks.
Mike is drunk.
It's
So
cool
we'll let
though,
you guess
like all
which
this,
Mike, but
like
Mike
I
is
don't.
drunk.
You can just think back to it. It's crazy when you all of a sudden, even that's why having these clips and stuff, just watching
Right.
some of it,
Yeah, that's
just
sweet. That's a
flashing
sweet
back to
variation
like
right
those
there.
moments, and you forget about the pain and the exhaustion of, being on your feet all day at 2 hours sleep, getting back to the room at like 3, 4 in the morning, all kinds of stuff.
All right.
Good times.
MikeO's busting.
Yeah, Scott will get in the room before 3 or 4 in the morning. I can tell you that.
Well, I mean, it's 5 years now.
There's a wedding
right.
going
all
on down
all
there,
of us staying at the
FYI.
house are old men at this point, other than young pup Wesker Griff.
Ray
But,
from Philly's in the chat now.
there's still going to be long days, though.
Yeah, and I just
Yo, Ray, what about
it's
Franco,
okay though.
man?
And comfy shoes, man. Comfy shoes.
He's so
Who
bad
buys
now.
uncomfortable shoes? That's my
Who
favorite
buys
line of
uncomfortable shoes?
That's my favorite line of 2024.
Yeah, look at her.
I wish we had that on a t-shirt. That would be hilarious. You could probably sell those like hotcakes at the match. At least to
This,
YouTubers or people that watch YouTube.
All right,
because
Mark,
everybody
you have
knows.
a good
it's-
night.
This chat was like popping though. Like, look how many people were in it making comments and stuff back then. Because I mean, this
That
is
was the
even
box?
2018. I mean,
did
it
you
feels
get?
like not that long ago, but like live YouTube
You didn't
videos
get
weren't
shit?
like a huge thing. Like it was starting to happen. I remember I would go on and do some lives here and there. And then you could obviously do some from your phones.
All right.
That's MikeO's box of blasters.
It was like a unique experience. Whereas now, I mean, any
Baseball
given
card
time you go on
junkie,
YouTube,
dude.
there's 10 things going.
Oh my God.
Did you? I mean,
Blasters for your
how many of these
asses.
cards stayed behind? Did you take these cards with you?
MikeO
Or?
goodie box.
I think a lot of the commons, either people at the
Matt
table
Irvin
kept
said
it,
you just gotta
took, or
reach in
they
and pull.
some probably got boxed up. Some of
Okay.
them might have been gotten boxed up and dropped off at Comp C back when they were begging for cards and didn't charge you
Right.
$1 billion to see. You
Victor,
could, like,
what up,
back in the
dude?
day, you could submit anything and everything.
Victor Negron,
Right.
dude. Fellow Game of Thrones fan.
Well, now it takes a year and a half to get them back.
The Bronx is in
Yeah.
the house.
I don't remember if we really hit
Oh
much
no, he already
anything
knows
any
the
good
Phillies
though.
one, right?
The 2017 Topps Chrome
Boy,
though, I
Gabe
remember at the end
Kapler,
I had
manager of the year.
some, and I ended up doing a break right
Greatest
like a
manager
week
of all
before
time.
the redemptions were expiring at that time. I did a group break, and in the same
Then
break,
he said,
got a Andrew Benintendi, who at the time was still a
then
bigger
he said he
deal.
feels another MikeO fire
Printing
sale
plate,
coming
one
on
of
when you
one
come
auto, I think, and a Cody Bellinger gold
back. You come back.
refractor auto, which was like God knows how
Wow.
much
I
back
think
then.
Denny might have
Right.
won the comments right there.
That was back when those products were pretty affordable. Now, I mean, regular Topps Chrome's $40 a blaster.
Yeah, I can't get over the price of the
Dude, we've been
Chrome this
live for
year.
34 minutes.
I mean, it was high last year. Now it's a little
I
bit
can't believe
higher,
some
and it's
18
just
people are watching.
and that stupid glass or what is it? Breakers Delight Now we know why none of the color is in boxes. It's all in the Breakers Delight boxes.
You see Rick's comment?
Nuh-uh. Oh, this video is the reason I went to the 19
Matt,
National.
Matt has
Cool.
admitted to the world that it's either watching this or watching porn. So, yeah.
Reindeer Studios, you're always a cool YouTuber, even if you didn't know you were gonna
Matt's
make
like Don
videos.
John,
You are a superstar then. You're everybody's best friend then.
that Joseph Gordon-Levitt movie with Scarlett Johansson. Friggin' Don John up in here.
Just rip and wax. I'm surprised, honestly, like the battery on a phone from 5 years ago even lasted as long as it did.
Right.
Because it was obviously done with a cell phone, and it was just sitting there. I was just walking around.
You know, the cell phone now, you don't need to carry around the camera and this, that, and the other. Just carry your cell phone. It's your personal computer now. It's your laptop, mini laptop.
I had my good camera with me though, because I was doing other videos. I remember piecing all that stuff together.
He put sweet, can't wait to see if you get it.
What's Brian doing? Is someone like interviewing him right here? It's like I don't have access to the audio for some reason, but
I can't hear what he's saying. It's
somebody asked if there's any Red Sox
a loud bar and everyone's got freaking hoarse voices.
Ed is talking, so it's Ed carrying it around for you. So
there's a Red Sox fan. There's
he's
video
giving shit
inception.
to a Red Sox fan. Watching the video. Oh, he's got a video going. Yeah, it was Ed.
Still so good for Super Bowl, by the way. Matt,
Edward.
87 wants to know how you're holding up.
I'm about to.
I just, I just hope we have a good time. I know we're gonna have a good time.
Really?
I thought about it to get together. Seems like people are getting rubbed the wrong way a little bit. That's what I said today. It was like, leave drama at the door, Well, we're all in this for a good time.
Yeah, I mean, it should be all about just going there and having it. Like, you should absolutely go to the get-togethers. Thursday night, the baseball collector pizza party, as some people are calling it. I mean, just go there. Even if you hang out for a half hour, like, you're going to meet people. You're going to meet people for the first time. You're going to reconnect with people. I mean, there's plenty of people to talk to. There's obviously a very common topic. And then Friday night.
In the house. Joe.
What's up, Joe?
I don't know. Will I make people uncomfortable if I take my shirt off and run around and give man hugs to everybody?
I mean, you might turn off a few people. I don't know, but I mean, you'll be accepted by some.
Can I use this?
But yeah, the get-together will be a little bigger than this one.
Oh, wait, which one is it's not?
Yeah, this wasn't a big bar area at this hotel. Y'all did this.
I mean, we probably could have gotten together there, but it would have overwhelmed it.
Oh yeah, you would.
See, I don't know. It might be overtaken by trade nights and stuff, because obviously that's another thing. There were trade nights back then, but they were small. They weren't that.
Right.
They weren't a big deal. Like, there were people participating in them, but like now, I forget the name of the specific hotel, but like it's going to be overrun, guaranteed. Because you have the official trade nights and you have the after shows for the national and all that, but you're going to have little trade nights in literally every hotel for sure.
You think that's going to happen? You don't think having it at the IX Center or whatever every night's going to?
People are still going to do it. People are going to try and set up and they might not be as big and overrun as other ones, but like,
right.
It's definitely going to happen.
But that sounds like that's what they're trying, having it there is trying to, take it away from hotels being crushed by it. That that first one after COVID in Chicago.
That was the looks
Oh my
on the
gosh.
employees' faces.
Well,
Like
they
I'll never forget them. They were like,
nowhere had enough employees to handle the regular stuff,
yeah.
much less
But then,
that.
but then the amount of people, they're like, what is going on? Why are there 8,000 assholes here? With what are they even looking
Got it.
at? Like, especially if they didn't know what sports cards are, they're like,
Yeah. Well, that was funny because, like, last year we got that hotel the night, Tuesday night, and I asked him, I go, y'all booked up starting tomorrow night through the weekend? He goes, yeah. And he goes, what's going on? And I told him a sports card show. He thought I said sports car. He goes, like automobiles? It's like, no.
If anyone wants this card, you let me know. Brian Roth.
Byron
You got it for
Buxton.
$20. I'll give you $1. Shut up, Everett.
Good player. Can't stay healthy.
$20. Going once. Joey, I know you want it. Number to 26.
But this is the part of the year where it's like, all right, you get ready for the national while you have some free time, while you're working on
B-Rock was
stuff.
trying to sell the card. That's what he was trying to do.
You open up the second screen, and you can just watch all these old nationals. You don't have to just watch all. Like, there's so many videos
For
right
anyone
now,
who
like
likes SGC,
top tips for the national, what
giveaways,
you need to know. All these so-called experts who have only gone to 2 nationals, like, it's worth listening to everyone's perspective for sure.
I don't know what the
But
heck
like,
I'm gonna do with it.
dude,
But
you can just watch some of these old clips and stuff, and
Yeah, before it got so
this
big.
is fun.
The first year I went, I thought, oh my God, this was huge. And it's grown and grown and grown. And now I feel like it's kind of too big, right? I said that last year. I go, is it possible to be too big? And, it, but, it had the most people ever there. So I guess it wasn't. But I just feel like it was, I don't want it to really grow much more. It's just so big. I mean, what did you think about that, Mike? Did you feel like last year was just kind of not overwhelming as wow, so much stuff, but overwhelming because it was so much stuff?
I mean, it's not so much stuff. I think Chicago had a very weird layout where you get lost because you got like 3 different shows in one show. Like, it was hard to get to one of those random back corners. Like, I don't know, it was kind of weird. I think this year it'll feel like a big, massive show, but if it's all in one big square, I don't feel like you'll feel like you're getting lost as much. But of course, it's, as popularity grows, you have more people. There's more competition just to look at a table. There's more competition if you want to get some of the free bonuses, whether it be the packs or, there's so many other giveaways and different things. I don't know if Topps is doing their Q&A. I mean, I know that's been very tough to get into for quite a while, but I mean, there you go. MikeO autograph Sonny Gray card. Dave's midlife card crisis. Whole bunch of autos on there.
Yeah.
I don't remember what happened. I feel like we might have sent that to someone in a care package. I don't remember. But
yeah, I just, and you're right. Chicago, I don't like that layout at all. It was okay when it was in just one big room. It kind of overflowed. But now when they opened up all those rooms, it was just, it's like, I don't know. It just didn't have a good flow.
I do expect Cleveland to feel a little less crazy as well, because obviously the center's more just squared off. But then even after the show, I mean, Chicago, like, if you want to go to any of those places right around it, or some of the big name places, the big tourist places, like the giant pizza places and stuff, like, they're going to get overwhelmed like right away. And even the Texas, like, here, I feel like it's going to be more spread out. People are going to, there's going to be a lot of groups, right? People you're staying with, you're either going to go back to your house and eat, or maybe go out to dinner, maybe of different groups and such. But I don't think you're going to have, 800 people from the show going to one place necessarily, which I feel like will make it feel a little spread out. But that makes the get-togethers a little more imperative in terms of meeting up with everyone, because obviously you're going to see people at the show, you're going to talk to people at the show and such, but you also want to let people enjoy the show for the show, and you want to make sure you're getting done what you want to get done at the show as well. That's what we're spending, in part, so much money to do, is to check out the show.
Right.
But the get-togethers will be pretty crowded, I would think, for sure. I don't know how much room we'll have, but
Well, I hope the rooftop's not too crowded, or people going over the sides and stuff. I don't know.
hey, we'll see. So I guess SGC's at 25 years now.
Yeah.
They're rebranding. Yeah, they have a gold number.
Brian pumping SGC back in the day.
It's like
Yeah.
150 a year. It's like if you really
There you got Mike and Nolan. But I mean, we've said it a million times. This is just,
more people are joining it. They're like in a bar.
it was really fun to be part of. And it's awesome how many people were following along and watching it. And like Rick said, it's one of the things that played a role in him wanting to check it out the following year. And I know Ed was here, and then he got tired and went up to his room, and he was sitting there. Like, I remember all of a sudden he's posting comments, and he's laying in bed watching us. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, can you hear the audio?
Yeah. Those two are just talking about the pack. I can't hear exactly what they're saying about the pack.
Oh, I mean, I had lowered it at one point a little bit, so.
I can't see who's in there.
Dave did his hair and everything.
Yeah, you got all dressed up.
Yeah. No jersey.
Danny, your comment was great.
I don't know if Scott Reindeer is in here. He's got to let Dave know what's like the best pizza place around.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Dave cares. He'll get Papa John's, but
Now Dave is going to be the wedding singer.
We won't get Domino.
Yes. The wedding is crashing us, actually.
Oh, okay. I know what's going on now. I've heard the story. The wedding party's there. Is what they're talking about.
yeah, well, these guys in the corner have looked over a few times. They're probably like, what are these losers doing? Like, what are these whack jobs up to?
Yeah.
Yeah, the beers are way cheap last night.
Yeah, at some point, I think they started closing up the bar. That's why we moved over to the side.
Dave brought his date. He's happy.
Look how
Yeah,
clean
they
that bar
closed
is
the
now.
bar.
That we're
You
out of
guys
there.
gotta get the hell out of here. Who knows what time it was at that point? 2:00? I don't even know.
There's not too many here right now.
What was
Mike,
that?
I don't know. You're lubricated. I tell you. You're starting to feel it. You're tired.
Good times.
Had a few drinks.
Yeah, well, it's probably up at 5 a.m. Yeah, and that was back in the day. Yeah, that was awesome for sure. We're going to wrap things up shortly, but look, I had day 1 recaps. I like doing daily recaps. I mean, to each their own, do what you want. Day 4 recap, I think I stopped at a rest stop somewhere in Western Pennsylvania. This is back when you could buy wax, like 2013 Finest was that? I forget. I think it was 2013 Finest. I like doing all the days. Did random hangouts, final walkthrough when I stayed way too late and then had to drive 7 hours. I used to do the community breaks
What's
too.
going
That
on,
was
everyone?
awesome. That was a lot
MikeO
of
at
fun.
the 2018
Wax got a
National
little
Sports
pricier
Collectors
now,
Convention
but-
here in Cleveland, Ohio. Got a box of 2018 Topps Big League Baseball. About to break into this and get a little help from the community. Pack number 1 coming up. This is a fun product. This is, to me, is a product that's cheap. $35 for a hobby box. Good looking cards. A lot of nice stuff in here.
This is a long break.
John Lester. Elvis Andrus.
Oh, we even got Baseball Collector opening Modern Wax.
See everybody meeting all these YouTubers. It's just fantastic. First card, Albert Pujols. Nice. Future Hall of Famer. Future Hall of Famer. Shin-Soo Choo.
But this was like, to me, the reason I started doing these was a way to give shout outs to everyone. To help build people's channels a little bit.
Hunter Pitts.
I mean, back then you had to really, you know, work to, I mean, you still do, obviously, to build up viewership, but like, I mean, it was like hard to get more than a couple hundred subscribers back then.
James McCann. 2018 Big League, very nice product. And here we go, let's see what we get.
Hitman 23, he'll be in Cleveland.
Let's see here. But it looks like it could be a lot of fun. So
Wait, Nolan?
Steven Souza.
I should message him, see if he's going.
Well, I'm sure he'll show up one day. It's too hot. He'll leave. Like he did last year. Look how young the young man is there. He's all bruised up now.
Yeah, I gotta message him, see if they're going to. I've been pretty bad about reaching out to people.
I thought this product looked pretty cool, especially for the value. So let's check it out.
Like representing all, yeah, he's representing all the DC superheroes at the National that year. Flash, Superman. I'm sure he wore a Batman shirt another day. I don't know whoever recorded this video sucks at focusing up the subject, but
We do.
read it, rookie. Look how much room is there, though. I don't think we're going to be getting that whole bar and everything.
It's one we might
Yeah, I don't think it looks like they got seating area down the middle. Like I seen where they got like food trucks and stuff
Outside.
Yeah, I don't know. They might be inside. It's big enough to be inside.
And yeah, great times at the National Man. It's my first one.
Yeah, it'll be
Make this a yearly tradition.
interesting.
Cole Calhoun, get him on your fantasy squads. Guys on fire. We got McCovey Cove, where Nate hangs out at. What up, Nate?
McCovey Cove
We
card.
got Kyle Schwarber.
Andrew on video for me. Got Everett. Everett was always a riot to hang out with. Legend Michael Shane.
Thank you, sir, for this opportunity. And let's see what
Can't
we
wait to meet up with him.
Yeah,
It's nice
sit
to
down and talk some Johnny Bench.
I wonder, the ride shouldn't be too bad for him. I mean, I'm sure it's still like 4 hours, though.
These are prospects. I have no clue who they are. Jameson Italian, maybe for the Pirates. Cole Hamels, he's old like me, so that's good. For the Rangers.
You gotta get yourself one of those Johnny Bench jerseys.
That's why the Nationals my last day here. I was here on
I was eyeing it.
Wednesday, so I'm about cooked. It's Saturday evening now, and I'm ready to. These are what the cards look like. This is Chance Cisco. This is a rookie.
I wish they actually sold more older jerseys. Like, I don't know. I see them on eBay all the time, some of the really old school Phillies ones, but
Then we got Tyler Austin, recently traded. We got MikeO. Is that good guy? Let's go and rip into this. It's actually my first time opening. First up, we got Russell Martin. Nancy Swanson.
My problem is not finding them; it's finding them in my size.
Let's open a pack of big league. Here we go.
Bald Rhino, one of Ed's all-time favorites.
I can't see that.
Spartan Dogs, he was an awesome member of the community. He was commenting again a couple years ago, but he's kind of fallen off.
Doesn't matter. Dominic Smith, rookie card. A Mets home run apple ballpark landmark
Mike
card.
Druga,
Brandon Hand.
he'll probably show up. He's Pittsburgh area.
Love it. I recommend it. I'm going to get some if I can find some. All right, guys. I'm Adam Ha. I'm at the Nationals. I'm breaking a pack for MikeO. And I'm breaking a 2018 Big
Adam
League,
Ha,
baseball.
Snodzilla Sports Cards. I think he's all over Instagram now. But regardless, the National is almost here. It is awesome. It's been in Cleveland before, and guess what? Last time I was in Cleveland, it was an absolute ton of fun. It was great to hang out with everyone at that National. It's been great the last several years. I can't wait for it. There's many reasons to go to the National. Obviously, shopping for sports cards is a huge reason. Um, and for many different reasons. One, to get good deals, but also to see stuff in hand. If you're into the vintage stuff and you don't like to buy vintage online, then it's perfect for you. Um, so many cool things to see. And even if you're not looking to buy a lot, there's so much to see and look at and so many cool items. Um, but then there's the people. And as we saw there, we saw cool cards, but we also saw a lot of awesome people and a lot of hanging out, having a good time, making memories, and living experiences, which is what life's all about. Any final thoughts, Scott, before we wrap this sucker up?
I just can't wait to get my last work day done tomorrow. I'm doing a little OT. And after that, it's I'll do my weekly with my dad, and we'll do one tomorrow night. But it's pretty much all national thought after that. So packing things up, getting stuff ready, and making sure the car is loaded with everything I need for the house.
Yeah, the intensity for me is going to begin real soon. It's already underway. I got to do a little bit more tonight, little preparation, and then got to get up very early in the morning. I'm working tomorrow, like you. And then after that, it's kind of all about catching up. A lot of business stuff to take care of. Got to catch up on my final, like eBay type of stuff, some items that have sold, getting stuff together. I mean, you sit there and think to yourself, in one hand, I'm like, whatever. Anything I need, I could, if I forget, an extra shirt, I could go to a Walmart or Target or something like that and pick something up. Not the end of the world. But at the same time, when you're traveling for close to a week, I'm leaving early Monday. I'm hanging out with a friend in Ohio, just outside of Cleveland, for a day or two. So I don't have to get there at a specific time, but obviously you don't want to, it's a lengthy ride, but I start going through. I'm like, all right, I got to bring these cards for these people. I got to bring this. Like, you got to make that checklist, make sure you don't forget things. And then I'm sure we'll be fine with the house, getting some stuff together, but it's going to be awesome. Can't wait to hang out with you there. Can't wait to hang out with everyone who's in the chat, who's going to the show. Those who can't make the show, check out everyone in the community for sure, but definitely you'll see some stuff from myself and Scott being posted. I'll be certainly be doing daily recaps. I love doing that, and we'll do some random lives, other videos, and such as well. So it's going to be awesome. Appreciate everyone watching. The National is always a great time, and reminiscing and reacting to old clips is definitely a really fun, special thing to do. So appreciate you guys watching. Have a great night. See ya.
See ya.